Hi, I'm Matt, here in Michigan.
And I'm Randall, also here in Michigan today on a little bit of a vacation.
Woohoo!
Today, Matt and I are doing another call-up episode. This is call-up episode number 12. I figured it had been quite a little time since we talked about some Star Trek stuff. We've done a lot of Star Wars recently.
Yeah.
So it's time to talk some Star Trek. Matt, what are we talking about?
Well, today we're talking about Season 2 of Picard. It's supposed to come out on Paramount Plus sometime in 2022. So this is a little bit of preview. It isn't out yet, so don't get all worried. Be like, oh no, it's out. We gotta go see it.
And we don't know anything. We're just guessing. We're giving our hopes and our dreams.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've had a couple teaser trailers that have come out. One came out on First Contact Day.
Q.
Yep. We learned about Q.
Q's coming.
And then we had another teaser trailer that came out on Picard Day, which showed us a little bit more of what's possibly going on in this season.
A lot bit more, I think. A lot bit more.
So, Randall, what do you think? What are you looking forward to, you think, in this season?
What I'm looking forward to the most is reprisals of characters. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that John Delancey's coming back and playing Q again.
Yes.
I don't think anyone who's a full-blooded Star Trek fan would not be happy about seeing John Delancey come back. They didn't recast it.
Yep.
And it all makes sense. Like in the teaser trailer, they're like, oh, Picard, you're looking older than I thought.
Oh, dear. You're a bit older than I imagined.
Q is making himself look older.
Yes.
To make it easier on Picard. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
Yep.
So I'm happy about that. There's reports of Whoopi Goldberg is going to be in this season, even though she's not in any of the trailer stuff so far. So I'm happy about that. Her coming back and playing her role as Guinan again, because her character in TNG, it's established that they have, some dealings the Allurians do with the Q continuum.
Yep.
And she's very anti-Q.
Yep.
But also, as you see her character in Star Trek Generations, and even in TNG, she's very much perceptive of time and realities. So it makes sense that her character could be in here as well. And I'm happy that that's reported. Plus, we're also just getting the gang back together.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much everyone that you saw in Star Trek Season 1 is back. So I'm good. I'm happy with that. What are you looking forward to?
Well, some of the same things too. Like you said, Q and Guinan, awesome. I wondered if we are going to get any of the other ones. I mean, not that those aren't enough. I think that's enough. I think we did pretty good in Season 1 with having, 7 and 9, and then having, Riker, Troy, But it'll be interesting.
Annika.
Yeah.
Annika.
No, it's 7 and 9. But it'll be interesting, I mean, did we mention probably Geordi in the first season? I'm trying to remember if there's any mention. And we did get Data. So that, I think, was the big one. I think Q is like the big one for this season. And Data was for the first one. And it'll be interesting to see if like the Q storyline is going to take place over the entire season. Or is this something that's just going to be a few episodes? Because I think Data, like his character, had an impact on just about the whole season. Where I wonder if Q is going to be the same thing that Data was in the first.
Number one, I know for a fact unless they're very, 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 very good at hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
LeVar Burton said he's not in the season.
Okay.
So no Geordi, unfortunately. It'd be fun to see Geordi. It would have been more fun to see Geordi last season.
Yes.
Where I think he would have made more sense with the Data storyline. But can't have everybody, can't have everything. So that's fine. But I am worried. One of the things I'm worried about is this will be a completely Q-centric season. I think that's actually going to happen. But I don't want it to override some of the bigger changes that were made to characters in Season 1. At the end of Season 1, you see Picard die. The physical carbon unit Picard dies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's replaced by an android golem, basically, where they took his brain and his mind and put it into that. And I'm like, okay, there's heavy innuation, there's a word for this. Insinuation. That they're going to basically use that Star Trek Season 6 episode Tapestry where Q shows Picard an alternate future.
Yes.
This could have been you.
Yes.
They're going to do that, but for all of these different characters. You see Seven or Annika without her Borg implant. You see Soji, I think, says in the trailer, hey, the time continuum's messed up. So I think that is 100% where they're going. This is going to be a Q season, lots of time travel, lots of timey-wimey stuff.
Well, that's what I was wondering too, because that's the thing. We got that timey-wimey stuff in the trailer, so I'm wondering, like, all right, is this going to be like maybe 3 of the 10 episodes, or is this going to be the whole 10 episodes? But this goes on another thing. One thing we were kind of talking about at the end of like season 1, that, you know, we're looking at season 2, and hey, maybe we're going to get more of that exploration and stuff too. But I don't know if we're going to get that if we do the whole timey-wimey stuff for this whole season.
Nope. I think that people who are looking forward to the exploration side of Star Trek, you just have to look forward to Star Trek Strange New Worlds with Captain Pike and everything, and I don't think you're going to get that here.
I think Discovery was doing a pretty good job of that too in the 3rd season or whatever, the season that we just watched. So guys, check out that review if you guys haven't seen that review that we've done. But yeah, I think that was getting a little bit more, to me, that was feeling a bit more like, you know, traditional Star Trek and stuff.
But I don't think even season 4 of Discovery is really going to go there. And I really don't feel season 2 of Picard is at all. Season 2 of Picard seems like it has an arc. It's going to tell that arc. We're not going to get into the exploration, but Picard's character isn't at the stage in his career where he's the captain of a starship doing exploration.
Yeah,
you know?
It's true.
And the crew that we set up in the previous one with, you know, with the Doctor and Rios, and they're not a Starfleet crew that's going to go gallivanting looking for new, you know, worlds and civilizations. So don't look forward to that here, I don't think.
So a lot of stuff with like what we had Data in sub season 1 did a lot of tiebacks to like the Next Generation. Of course, with Q, we're also gonna have tiebacks to the Next Generation. But you know, we deal with the Q and stuff in like Voyager. So do you think we're gonna maybe have some of those like callbacks to some of the Voyager episodes?
I doubt that this writing staff is that good. In all honesty, like there were some things in season 1 that I didn't like, and most of it was like weird canon breaking, odd things. Where I'm like, that's the writing staff not being like up to snuff, basically, is how I felt anyways. And I don't think that this writing staff, unless they've added some talent in the off season, which hasn't been reported really, is going to be able to bring in a whole bunch more Voyager. But I could be completely wrong, because if you're resetting the timelines, which it seems like what this trailer insinuates is happening, okay, well, if Annika's never assimilated by the Borg, then she never is in the Borg, which means she doesn't have anything with Voyager, so maybe no need for a tie-in with Voyager.
That's true.
What I would love to see, honestly, even though it's not necessarily Q-specific, but like in DS9, there's a lot of time stuff going on too, because the wormhole aliens or you know, the prophets are timeless beings. They don't care. They don't experience linear time. And it goes on that Ben Sisko becomes a prophet, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to see Sisko, but I'm like, yeah, that's not happening either.
That would be interesting. We have some like Deep Space Nine reference stuff too, because we even have, you know, Q in like Deep Space Nine a little bit. Yeah, one episode.
You hit me. Picard never hit me.
I'm not Picard. Yep. Yeah, that is a good one too. But yeah, we'll see. Probably not Voyager. I don't think we're gonna get like Q Junior or whatever in Picard season 2. I hit a nerve there with Q Junior.
That's another problem with bringing in Voyager things.
Yeah.
Q is best when he's not being a goofy sidekick like he was in Voyager. When he is nefarious and omnipresent, that's Q at his best. That's the Q that we need to see.
He does do like jokey stuff, but it is really to get on the nerve of the crew of the Enterprise and stuff.
Yes. It is very much. It's nothing like you see him in Voyager. In Voyager, he's moved into almost a caricature of himself, and that's not so much fun to watch.
And so far, even though we've only seen a little bit, from just the sense that we've got from the trailer, I don't think that looks like that's what's going to be in this. It looks like they are going to take that more, I don't know what you want to say, serious approach, but not like totally serious. I mean, it's Q, but, you know, take that different approach with Q than what they did in later shows.
I'm worried about, besides like them potentially trying to undo some of season 1 with this, like, hey, maybe with some of the stuff we can reset some of the things that happened. Does this undo some of that like amazing awesomeness the way that TNG ended? A while back we did an episode where we were talking about like our favorite endings.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of TNG is on that list because it's such a well done, well crafted ending. And now it's like, oh, the trial never ended.
Mm-hmm.
The trial never ends.
As cool as the idea is, I'm worried that they're going to try and like retcon things that don't need to be retconned.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that's not the case. Here's a big thing, too. Who do you think is behind the timey-wimey? Do you think Q just shows up because timey-wimey stuff's happening, or do you think Q is in control of it? Because from what we've seen from the teasers, it looks like, the characters are at least aware that they're, like you said, already.
Yeah.
Sochi already says that. And then, we also see other characters that are like, hey, stuff isn't right, or things are different.
We see flashes of Picard still being in Starfleet, even though he wasn't. Annika doesn't have her Borg stuff, I said already. Soji kind of is on the line. You see Rios with the Starfleet insignia, the Delta. Yeah, so there's they're kind of aware that things are weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe someone else is
behind it.
And Q's just like, oh, you poor humans. And he's like, let me spell it out for you. I could see it. That's a possibility. It'd be an interesting way of doing it. But then I would kind of wonder, okay, how does Guinan fit in?
Yeah.
I kind of want Guinan to be that person, whereas Q is still just his, jerk self.
I always love a lot of times when we do, the trial stuff, we go to, the planet. And we've seen it different times in Next Generation, how they've changed it, how, Q is on, the floating chair and everything. And you have, the old, extras. I wonder if we're going to get, maybe that reflection at the end or something like that.
I hope so. There's a part of me that does. You know who I really like? As long as we're going to do some timey-wimey stupid stuff, if they've done this, they've done it very quietly. Man, get Denise Crosby back in there. Give us a Tasha Yar scene.
Wow, that would be
awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be so cool.
Wow,
It's
because we've had a few of those or whatever after, of course after season 1. But
well, with yesterday's Enterprise, she goes back in time, and it's like, okay, well, and then you get Sella.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some precedent there. I doubt they're gonna do it. It's similar to the Voyager cameos. Unlikely, but a Star Trek fan can hope.
Mm-hmm.
I can hope.
Now, tone-wise, I think season 1 Picard was a pretty good sci-fi with Star Trek. And I wonder if we're doing the time stuff. I wonder if we feel like this one's gonna feel more sci-fi, or if it is gonna feel more traditional Star Trek.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I don't think that this is supposed to be traditional Star Trek. The way that, Kurtzman's running Star Trek right now is a different flavor for everybody. This is a more personal show based on Picard. I mean, it's the name of the series.
Yep.
Strange New Worlds, that will be your old school Star Trek thing, hopefully when it starts. Discovery is pushing the boundaries of how far forward we can go and how different that future looks. Lower Decks is terrible.
Are they even doing Lower Decks anymore? Oh, wow. Okay.
Season 2. But, there's the slice of pie for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Kurtzman's doing Star Trek. And I don't think Picard is ever going to be that, feel good, I just want to watch Star Trek.
Yep.
Nope, I doubt it.
I'm okay with that, too. I think season 1 was strong enough, too, even though, it does have some of its faults or whatever. I am still excited for season 2 when this kicks off and stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited for it still. I just, I readjust my excitement towards, I'm not going to get Star Trek the way that I remember it as a kid, and that's fine, because I can go back, and I do. And I do go back. And I can rewatch TNG, DS9, the occasional TOS series, episode that I really enjoy. That's fine.
Yep.
That stuff still exists, and I can just ignore this if I want for a little bit, and just be like, it's fine. It's fine by itself. I'm excited for Star Trek Picard Season 2. We're not really doing predictions, per se. Kind of more like hopes and wishes.
Yep.
But,
I think a lot of that, too, is because we haven't gotten a whole lot out yet about this, which I think is good. The less I know about it, I think, going in, the better.
Well, if you had asked me to do predictions based on Season 1's ending, I could have given you some, I think, halfway decent predictions. But then they're just like, oh, they're going to be Q and it's going to be time travel. And I'm like, never mind. Whatever happened in season 1 doesn't matter anymore, or at least doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, it seems like this is just going to be maybe like an encompassing season. Like seasons are going to be, season 1, season 2 kind of thing, instead of kind of continuing on as much.
Like Eureka. Well, the other thing that could happen because of the time travel stuff, we have Soji in season 1, but maybe there's Daj too. So Daj, which is Soji's like twin android, dies in the first episode, the pilot episode of Picard season 1. Maybe we're not actually seeing or hearing Soji. Maybe we're seeing and hearing Daj, and they just haven't told us. So if I have any prediction, it's that we're probably not necessarily going to see just Soji. I bet we see Daj as well.
I think that will have a lot of ramifications stuff for, Soji's character and stuff too. Probably getting reunited with her sister if that happens. And now we're getting on to like Avengers. Like how do we get back without, changing different things? So I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely interesting.
Yep. And it's 10 episodes coming out. I'm good. I'm happy that we know exactly how much it's going to be. No, like guessing. It gives me an idea that, hey, they have this storyline. They're going to tell this storyline. And hopefully I enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to enjoy it too. Of course, Randall and I, we want to know what you guys think. What are you guys looking forward to in season 2 of Picard? Let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out some of our other reviews. We have new movie reviews, flashback movie reviews. We take a look at TV shows other than Picard. And we also have some deeper dive discussions.
We also have our Facebook page. Make sure to go check us out over there if you haven't already. We post the day before what we're going to be posting on YouTube the next day. But if you don't want to bother with that, just put us on your calendars. Post new videos every Monday and Thursday. I'm Randall here in Michigan on my vacation. See everyone next time.
And I'm Matt here in Michigan. Have a good day, everyone. Next time on No Market Media. Please consider checking out some of our other videos.